Junk from the factory right there. These 6.4s get wore out in the top. That's several thousandths of play between those. These. Show you a new one. So much play you're missing. And Ford always sends their crap where it just is not together. When installing the mount bridges, this C1, that's going to go towards the rocker assembly on the exhaust side. And for that, they're offset. Shouldn't make a difference, but it allows for clearance. The 60 goes to the intake side. Next, gotta make sure your dowel pins line up and it sits down good. You'll feel it set down. You can double check all your cells, make sure you hadn't knocked no bridges off. Move on to the rockers. When you're doing these, you want to make sure that they stay on right there and you don't lose a ball down in your motor. They're a little bit tricky to get around your injector, but you want to make sure they center up straight right here. Start them, and move to the next. Another trick with these, take your bolts out first. So that way while you're dropping it in, you don't have stuff hit. You want to make sure they land on your push rods. And drop your bolts in. said, double check, make sure you're on your push rods all the way around. Come back to your torque specs. Make sure they're sitting on your bridge heads. Alright, sometimes you have a hard time keeping your stuff centered while you tighten it up. So you stick your screwdriver down in here and go just right there and hold it. Make sure you're touching your rocker assembly base and the top of the valve right here. And just kind of hold it like that right there as you snug them up at the start. If not, your rocker will get off center of your bridge. Check, go back in, let's start snugging it. You don't want to pry against your injector, ruin it. Snug it up. Lean down and double check, make sure you're still centered on your bridge. Looks like we are. All good. Time to torque it. C1. It's on the exhaust side towards, you take the C1 number, put it up towards your push rods, the up side of the engine, whatever you want to call it. And then you take, for your intake side, number 60, can't really see it. Anyway, you see the C1 on the bottom side now. Towards the exhaust. Same thing for the next one. C1 up on the exhaust valves. 60 up on the intake. For the push rods. One thing I didn't do, I forgot, I'll have to go back and redo. So you gotta put a little oil on the balls of these. And for this side, just dribble some on there. It don't matter. Just some clean engine oil. And inside there's a little bitty trough that these go down in. And the copper piece goes up. You'll see in just a second. Double check, make sure they go into your lifter. Phone's alright. Back to it. Pop the rest of these push rods down in here. Saying there's a trough that it goes down in there. Can't really see them. Not a good one. Anyway, you get what I'm supposed to do. Make sure you can push them a little sideways, and you'll feel it come up and down in the cone of the lifter. Just like the other side, you always make sure your copper piece is up. start off with your bolts outside of your rocker assemblies, and you're going to take your rocker shaft, dowel pins, make sure those line up. They'll be good and stationary if your dowel pin's dropped in. Then you start dropping your rockers. You want to make sure you always get some oil on these. The other side, I forgot to oil it. Now I got to go back, squirt some oil down on it. That's okay though. We all learn together. Got to be very careful, because there's the ball and it will come off. If you push down on this side, it will come off. Last one. Always double check, make sure the balls are in place. Always double check, triple check. You can do all this if you want to. There's no adjustment on the rockers, and so I just run them all down by hand and get the fulcrum plate touching, and then I tighten the 45 foot-pounds. You always do the top bolt first, and then you do that one. Fuel rail bolts, 23 foot-pounds, and you're going to use a crow's foot and tighten the injector supply tube fittings. They're going to be at 106 inch-pounds. You got to make sure you don't get on your rockers or nothing like that wherever you put your fuel rails in. These right here are going to be the ones at 23 foot-pounds. Then your lines, those are 106 inch-pounds.